Yeah, there's that, and they're having a problem buying.
Or a girl? I can't really tell.
You're right.
And this must be your brother?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. She's running around here.
No, we caught her first. I wanted to jump into the plant sales bit.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do. So the memorial garden here and tree for Rachel Rose Sobel, who was a wonderful student here at Saul. And she once told me that she was going to be the first woman farmer at Saul. So I know she's up there watching and making sure Saul's doing okay. We really miss her a great deal. She passed away way before her time, and I'd like to introduce her father, Michael,
And my wife, Marianne.
and Marianne, and they're going to say a few words, and then we're going to take down her dedication.
All right.
Michael?
Thank you, Ms. Conway. And first, I want to thank everybody in the Saul community, everybody at 4-H, FFA involved in getting this done in Rachel's memory. As a parent, everybody thinks that their kid's the best, and I'll let other people speak of our daughter for us. But she was taken from us well before her time, and as the plaque you'll see in a minute says, what her first sentence really was in life, and that's the way she was. She woke up in the crib singing in the morning, the time she was a baby, and brought joy to all of us, and was taken away last year, and hopefully through her loss we could all gain a couple things. First is this permanent memorial. Second is that she was a Gift of Life organ donor, and we have lots of materials for Gift of Life organ donorship, and we're also starting a campaign on change.org called Rachel Rose's Rule.
Okay.
So that which will allow folks who are people that are under 21 from not being able to be passengers on motorcycles unless it's a married couple or somebody in a civil union or something. And we think that will help save lots of lives because, and that's what we're really here for today. So, Mr. Geller, can you come up?
Excuse me. On behalf of the entire Saul community, I'll speak on the FFA side because Mr. Moser's here, who's certainly known her quite well from the 4-H side. Rachel is dearly missed at this point. I had a fruit sale this year, which we've had for many, many years, well before Rachel, and every year for her entire 4 years here. She was very active in supporting it, working it, lifting up the cases of fruit, delivering it to people, and always had a nice smile on her face. She was active in my contest, which is the interview and sales contest. She did specifically the interview one. Great potential, just a real beautiful person. My favorite thing to do is I always used to joke with her and call her Rachel Rose the boat ashore, and she would always sing it back to me. So she had a beautiful voice, beautiful person, beautiful parents, and she loved this place. And any kid that's ever thinking of coming to this school really needs to spend some time and look at this. This is something that was done by Mr. Schuler's class with the entire horticulture department here now. And it certainly is something that represents Rachel, where it's going to blossom every year. That's what we wanted. We picked trees that's going to bloom every year. We'll make sure we replenish the flowers every year, that kind of thing, because, she's in our hearts, and she always will be.
And she loved this school.
And she did.
She loved it. Mr. Moser, please. And anybody else from the 4-H that should be over here? Because we need one of those.
I'll bring one over.
Okay.
Rachel came to me and wanted to join the 4-H club. I met with her and her parents in their home, and we talked about the commitment and everything, and she was a joy to have in the club, and of course all the kids enjoyed having her. She was helpful to the other children, and she really loved it. The kids, we had these sweatshirts done, and the kids wanted to have the kids' idea to have the rose on the shoulder for these sweatshirts in honor of Rachel.
The other thing that we did too,
We missed.
the the other thing that we did do is that in Rachel's memory, we asked that all donations go to the Manatana 4-H, and
With that money, we have purchased a electronic scale, and actually we just installed it this morning. Actually, up at the farm, that we can use to weigh all the animals. So it will benefit Saul High School for Saul's animals that are up at the farm, and of course the 4-H club as well. So we've used the money for that. We've also used part of the money for a brand new show box for the beef kids when they go to the shows to take all their equipment, and we're in the process of getting a plaque for the scale and for the show box. Just a little memory of Rachel.
And just to say one thing, the most wonderful thing was that for every donation that came in, Mr. Moser and the rest of the club leaders had the kids themselves write the thank you notes, and that everybody that got one of those thank you notes loved them, absolutely loved those thank you
They were
notes.
the most magnificent thank you notes.
You hearing that, kids?
You were great. You were great.
It's done good.
Yes, absolutely. They love those letters.
So, Mr. Geller,
You want to take
take
this?
this down?
I'd like you to do it, Mr. Sobel.
Okay, I just don't want to kill any
I want to
flowers.
go, absolutely.
Not with my tiny feet. It's beautiful. And what it says, for those of you who can't see it, it says Rachel Rose Sobel, July 21st, 1995, July 29, 2013. WB Saul class of 2013. Her first sentence in life was, and this is no joke, "I must help you." And that is how she joyously lived life and spread love. And FFA and the 4-H symbol on there. And we are very, very grateful. Thank you all.